Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG that we know and love as PP La Pew Pew. You might know it's a leFhy, a leaf blower, or a heifer. This one's located on the south spawn of Murovanka under the command of linyarin. Game on. 105mm light field howitzer. It's actually the most produced artillery piece that the Germans made during World War II. Not the 88 that most people thought was the top gun. In fact, if a tank was hit by an anti-tank round, it was probably a Pak 40, not an 88, because of course they started making them before they made the 88s. But if it was an artillery piece, it most certainly was not an 88 that was being used against them. It was probably the 105 leFH18B2. Could have been a 15cm though, the Speer howitzer. But this one is on a Sharp E1 hull and it's ready for action. First target we see is a Panzer T25 autoloader. And he dies to a... Oh no, it's actually our teammate died to a ram. A Cruiser 4 decided to go headstrong and drove in and actually hit the Skoda and died in the process. So as far as we know, he's still in that corner, but we can't be absolutely certain of his location. There's a number of enemy tanks lining up next to the church, so we fire around in there. Just missed the T28 and the Matilda. And that guy's gone a little too deep, but that shell did hit the target for 131. This shell is capable of doing 410 alpha, 53mm pen, and 1.91 meters on the burst radius. He's got his first kill, and that was the T28. In fact, it's the first kill for his team. He's still looking around for targets. He's found one, a Stug 3 Ausführung B. Fires long range, and in fact he did get a hit, but he looked away after he shot because he was looking for more targets. So we heard the sizzle as the round went off against the hull, but we didn't get to see it. Okay, still can't see much. His teammates just aren't spotting enough. There's those tanks that are out next to the church. We can see those, but only by virtue of the fact there's a Crusader nearby. You can actually see them and spot them at close range. But unfortunately, because they're behind the church, we can't get a hit. Okay, so he's trying to hit the Skoda T25. It's not a Skoda actually, it's a Panzer T25, the single shot version. I thought it was the Skoda actually. That's the same one from earlier, I believe, as well. Okay, Excelsior. British premium heavy tank, supposed to be the replacement for the Churchill. It was a bit light on armour on the sides, but it certainly had a lot of armour at the front and the rear. Rounds out. Good hit, solid hit for 85. It's tracked the guy, and that should enable us to get another round in there, because this tank, this Arty does have a fast reload. The standard reload by the book is 8.92 seconds. You can see here linyarin's got 7.22, and he's now dialed in on a 14TP who's suddenly gone unspotted, but he can certainly see that Panzer 3 Ausführung B that he hit earlier, and I think that may have been a penetrating shot, the one he did on the Stug, although it's only showing 150 hit points that we actually made, so maybe it wasn't us that took the other hit points, because he's now out the game. Lots of tanks out in the field hiding behind the buildings. They know full well that if they come out from behind the buildings, more than likely they're going to get hit by the Arty. Okay, there's that 14 TP again. Now he did fire snap there, but he's still got a direct hit which wiped out the 14 TP. We don't advise players to fire snap. Chances are they're not going to get it. And it's much easier to let it dial in and make an accurate shot which will hit the target. We're now only one down on the enemy, and linyarin's got 2 kills. Is he going to change position? We're all scrunched into this corner of the map at the moment. We're being pushed in, and that's normally an indication that the enemy has got map. They've got the positioning to actually dominate the map, and as they close in on us, it'll make it easier for them to get shots on target. Oh, that was fabulous shot there. Linyarin hit the Wolverine, which of course has virtually no armor, and completely annihilated him with that shot, which probably did penetrate actually. He didn't have much in the way of hit points left, but it was such a good shot. That AMX 12-ton made a quick diversion to try and pull back. He's coming forward again now. Maybe he just tried to go unspotted. Basotto narrowly missed him. I think it hit the wall rather than hitting the Basotto. As you know, the Basotto actually means Dachshund in Italian. So it's the sausage dog. Those funny little dogs can be quite affectionate actually. And they're also, they run around at high speed everywhere. Okay, that Basotto's coming straight for us. But he takes a hit right in the face. And that's bound to have hurt him. Now he's a one-shot. He's tracking him, leading the target. He stops leading the target because the guy stopped himself. And in fact, he got another hit for 134. And the kill shot went to the M5A1 Stuart. There's 4 enemies left. Linyarin's got 3 kills. Oh, Arty's found out where he is. Okay, we took some damage there. The enemy Arty has a bishop and another Fifi. And yes, it's the Fifi that's trying to kill us. We've auto-aimed onto this Panzer Die. He didn't get that shot in. Needs to keep moving because, yes, I'm afraid the enemy Arty won't lit up until he's dead. But he can possibly take out this Panzer Die, and that might cure the problem in terms of the enemy Arty knowing where he is. Okay, he's going to get into the tree line. He's careful not to knock the tree down. Then he does knock one down and another. Now that might fool the enemy Arty into thinking where he is, but I'm pretty sure it's going to attract fire. That Panzer Die is coming towards us. Oh, but he does hit him. And now the enemy Arty's starting to hit us. So yes, unfortunately knocking those trees down had counterproductive. Okay, so he's moving, and he's moving whilst he's aiming, and you can see the enemy rounds were actually hitting the trees where he once was. But there's only 3 enemies left. They've got an Su-85B, which is the tank destroyer with the 85mm gun, and 2 Artys. Meanwhile, Linyarin, well, he's got 4 kills now after taking out the Panzer Die. The Su-85 just went down to the M5A1 Stuart, and that means there's only 2 versus 2 now. And both of the enemy are Arty, the Bishop, and the 105 leFH. Now, the M5A1 Stuart's moving away from his position, but he nudged the wreck there. Now, if the enemy Arty was seeing, watching, looking for him, he might have seen that wreck move, because it does get rather visible if you're in battle assistant. You can see a wreck move, and then you know where the enemy is. This Arty does have a very good view range, 390 meters, which means that he's probably going to spot the enemy before the enemy spots him, unless the other enemy happens to be a VP as well. In fact, he's found the Bishop. The Bishop knows he's been seen, but he doesn't know where we are because he can't see us. Now he will. And now he's been wiped out with just 1 penetrating shot. Got a high roll for 460. But now the enemy RT is trying to dial in on us, but he's now lost sight of us. So now he doesn't know where we are. There he is. Okay, the M5A1 Stuart's found him, and he's letting us get the shots in. That's 1 hit for 129. We've already got 5 kills. If we can get this one, we get a Top Gun. Oh, did it! That's a Top Gun! Wins the game! What a fabulous game from Linyarin! Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first-class tanker for linyarin in the 105 leFH18B2. He managed to get a counter-battery fire medal because he took out both enemy SPGs, the Bishop and then the Fifi afterwards. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 21 in this game. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. And of course, with his last shot, he got a Top Gun, getting him 6 kills and the win. 8,132 was the win 8, which is a super unicum score. Let's have a look at the team score and see how well he did. Well, the highest damage was 2,018 hit points, and he was the only player to get over 2,000. The second highest was the enemy Fifi, who managed 1,497, so he must have been a good player as well, knows the Fifi backwards. The third player was the Basotto. Yeah, that guy who was driving towards us with reckless abandon. He got 1,250 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, linyarin got that one too. 6 kills to him, 4 kills went to the Basotto, and 3 kills went to the M5A1 Stuart, who was still alive at the end of the game. He got an All-X medal and a Confederate, which means he killed, as a light tank, he killed 2 enemy tanks, or tank destroyers that were at least 1 tier higher than him, and he hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. So 3 kills to him, and when it came to base XP, yep, linyarin's got that one too, 1,117. He's the only player to get over 1,000 base in the game, and the next highest after him was the M5A1 Stuart with 828, followed by the Crusader, who only managed 627. So he's got the top in all 3 columns on this game. He fired 31 rounds, so he still had 19 rounds spare at the end of the game. 15 direct hits on the enemy, 2 penetrating shots, and 15 splash. Damage of 2,018 hit points, of which 1,214 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see there was quite a lot of action, 800 hit points at close range. 1 hit received from the enemy and 2 hits by way of splash damage. Yes, they did manage to work out where he was. In fact, they were spotting him because they were so compressed in to the southwest corner of the map. It was fairly easy for the enemy to probe from one direction or another to find out where people were, and they were starting to get sight of him. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle. That must have been the Arty, the Bishop. 10 enemy vehicles were damaged, 6 were killed, 292 hit points of damage assist, which I think is spotting on this occasion. On a premium count, he made a profit of 95,293 credits, and that includes a 50,000 mission completion bonus. And he got 25 bonds for another mission completion, and 4,021 experience points out of that one as well. So a superb game there by linyarin in the Fifi, a demonstration of how effective it can be, even when you're down. And remember, they were down for most of the game. The enemy was beating them and doing quite well and compressing them in, but he still managed to fight them back, and they tore them down in the end. It was the fact that the M5A1 Stuart, and of course linyarin in his Fifi, were able to beat off the enemy attacks until it became their turn to put the pressure on the enemy. Hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.